welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylin and this is Full Purpose and Heart. If you are new here, I am a homeschooling mom. I've got 3 kids. 2 of them are school aged and then I've got a toddler that kind of just comes along on the back end there. So in this video, I wanted to share with you a couple of fun ideas that you can do for the first or second week of school. A lot of us are in the back to school mindset. And so here are just a couple of activities that I did with my kiddos that I thought were fun, and I thought I'd share them with you in case you were looking for something to do in your classroom. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so as I mentioned, I did these activities with my kiddos in our first week of school. If you watched my back to school series, or what did I call it? Our Homeschool Life. You think I would know what I call it now, but our Homeschool Life series, I talked about it at the end of this video, and then I decided I was just gonna throw up a quick video specifically about these ideas for those of you who are looking for fun first week of school or second week of school activities. So this is a theme that I did with my kids. It was a You Are Special theme, and each of the activities kind of focused on them and how they're special and unique and different and how they can be proud of who they are. So I had 3 books that I read to them and then 3 activities. Now, when we do our first week of school, we usually have 3 weeks. I start on Wednesday and we go until Friday. It's good because I like Monday and Tuesday to kind of like gear up and be ready for it and then like get all my stuff together finally at the last minute. And I also just like that it's a slow, gentle start instead of blasting us with 5 school days right off the bat. As a public school teacher, we started on Wednesday, so maybe that's why it kind of carried over. But anyway, so without further ado, here we go. In no particular order. So the first book that I want to share with you, sorry, I have them all out of reach here. This is a book called Stand Tall, Molly Lou Melon. It's a super cute book that goes through this little girl and how her grandmother taught her lots of fun, different things that she can do to kind of just, sing loud and whatever. Anyway, so it's just a really cute book and it has really cute illustrations. My kids love, there's one in here that my kids love. I'll show you really quick. This is my kid's favorite picture of the book. But anyway, towards the end of the book, then the bully just tries to ruffle her feathers and make her think that she's different or not unique or, more of a negative light, and she uses her grandmother's tips and she turns out to be happy and joyful. So anyway, this was a fun book. We read it, talked about it, kind of like enjoyed it. And then now these are All About You posters. They're fun because they're big. Kids like to do, anytime that something is a little bit different than just, like a regular piece of paper, or if you're using a different writing utensil or coloring something, rather than kids think it's fun and different than just a regular school day. So we had these fun, this was my daughter's, and you can buy these. Unfortunately, I don't think you can buy them in a smaller pack than 30, but I've purchased, because I was teaching preschool, I've purchased them a few times over the years, and so I have a few different types of these posters. So my son got one, my daughter got one, I did one, and then my baby made a mess of one. But I gave everybody a poster. Here's a little fun thing. We used these quick sticks. These are tempera paint sticks that dry in like 90 seconds. Just Google quick sticks. I'll put a convenient link down in the description box for you if you want to grab those. But they're you use them like a glue stick, but it's paint. So anyway, we painted this, we talked about it. I went out into the yard and we took my kid's picture and printed it out. So anyway, that was just a fun activity. And I wanted to stress, because like the poster says, like, what is your favorite food? And what are some things that you like to do? And who are your friends? And all of these like good all about you questions. And I thought that it complemented the Molly Lou Melon book really well, because then we talked about like, just because you're different than other people doesn't mean that you can't shine and be special and enjoy and celebrate who you are. So anyway, that was a fun kind of all about you theme to start our week off. The second one, now I've successfully misplaced the book, but it's called Only One You, and it's about a fish goes out into the ocean. He's like launching off onto his own, and his parents are giving him a bunch of like little tips about how he can swim against the current and stand out and be unique. And anyway, all of these fun little like tips and stuff that he can do. I just got it from my local library, so I better find the book before they charge me for it. But anyway, when we were finished with that book, the illustrations all show fish. And they're not like typical fish that you would see in the ocean. I'm gonna have to here, let me just get one from the internet and I'll show you. So this is what the book looks like. And as you can see, the fish are kind of uniquely patterned and very artistic. So what we ended up doing is we went out to my yard, we got rocks that are kind of shaped a little bit like those ones, and then all of my kids painted them. And so here was mine. I know, I'm such an artist. Don't judge. But my kids painted it and I painted it. The older the student, the better kind of depicted they'll be as fish. My younger kids just kind of made a bit of a mess. So just make sure that you put like a disposable tablecloth on your art space, or if you have like an art tray or something, to try to keep the mess a little bit contained. But we painted our fish, and then I'm gonna put a strong magnet. I'll hot glue a strong magnet on the back, and I'm gonna put it up on our board up here. So then we're gonna have our fish to look at and remind us throughout the year that we're all different, but we are all special. So that was a really fun activity, and my kiddos super loved it. The last thing that we did, oh man, I can't believe I put these all the way over here. Okay, so the last thing that we did is Frog and Toad. And Frog and Toad are really popular books. You can get them at your local library. These are Scholastic order books. So if you have a Scholastic account, I would encourage you, anybody can get one. And they're super affordable books. Anyway, so we read Frog and Toad. Now, I actually read Frog and Toad more than once throughout the whole week. And what I was highlighting was just the friendship between the two of them, how they are both different, but they are friends. Toad is more, I can't remember now. Is Toad the grouchy one, and then Frog is like the optimistic one? Anyway, each of the books are very short stories. I read them to my students, even though my son probably could have read them. And then we just talked about them as kind of the week went on. Again, we only had school for 3 days. So anyway, but then at the end of the week, we did these crafts. So I had cut out the pieces and I put them into my little art dishes. I've talked about those before in previous videos, so make sure you check out. I think it's called the Preschool Essentials Tool Bag or something like that. Preschool Teacher's Tool Bag, maybe. I'll try to link it in here if you want to know about that. But anyway, so I had already previously cut these out, so my kids just glued them all and made frogs. Oh, I'll back up. So I let them choose. Do you want to make a frog or do you want to make Toad? Toad is brown, Frog is green. Both of my kids chose Frog. So we cut these out, and then on the inside here, I just had a piece of binder paper that I cut out to fit his mouth, and we wrote about why we liked the character and some qualities about the character that we wanted to have, or what was different, or anyway, just kind of like a little writing assignment to talk about how the character was and what we liked about them, and anyway, and we talked about that. So it was a really successful activity and theme for the week. So I would really encourage you, if you're looking for something, to use one or two or all of these activities and do them with your kids so that they really can remember, especially at the beginning of a school year. If they're going to public school, then it's a lot harder to remember that it's okay to be different, because so many of us want to blend in and to be accepted and that sort of thing. But it's also important in a homeschool setting to really boost your child's confidence and give them that reminder that, yes, you are different and it's okay to be different. Let's highlight some of the things that make you different and celebrate them, instead of just putting them on the bus and sending them to school and say, have a nice day. So anyway, whether your kids are in public school or homeschool, these are just some great ideas and themes. So feel free to adapt them yourself. If you found something valuable, give me a thumbs up, show me some love, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so that you can follow along in the rest of our homeschool year as I begin our second grade and my 4-year-old's school year. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in another one. Bye.